What's going on, guys? This is my history project, and I'm voiced by this person right here. I think only the teacher gonna see this, but I'm probably gonna share it with my club anyway, so it kind of doesn't really matter. But yep, this is me. I'm the one voicing it. Now we got a couple Q&As for the ideal society. Now the definition to what I consider ideal is something that is fair for everyone. That means no matter the wealth, no matter none of that, no matter how poor or wealthy you are, it's fair to everyone. I also think that's what it means to me. I feel like what essential for ideal society that I am trying to achieve in this world, in my society that I made, is pretty much fairness. I feel like everyone should get equal treatment, no matter how rich they are, or no matter how poor they are. So no discrimination, no racism, none of that. No matter where they are in the world, they should get treated the same way. Now, my ideal society will address the needs of all its citizens by specifically going into what they need, but making sure everyone's fair. So that means there should be no one that has money. For getting rid of money, instead we're going to make it so you can trade instead. Now, the description of the government system. My government system is dictatorship. And I know what you're gonna say. Whoa, dictatorship. How could you? Like, that's like the worst of the worst when it comes to government systems. It's arguable, but I feel like the owner who made the society in the first place should be able to have the most amount of say into the society. And I do believe too that if you want to, you could just, kill them. But like, this is how good this society is. I don't feel like people want to do that. No, there is only one branch, which is the legislative government, and the reason why there's only one branch is because I feel like they're the one that can at least like do the law. So like, I feel like the people will still get power, just not on as a dictatorship. So I feel like it will go to like the citizens to make a law or just vote on a law. You go to the legislative base who be like, this law makes no sense. It will just disapprove it, but at the end of the day, the dictator will get the final say. That's where we're gonna go. Now, who holds the most social political power would be the owner. Now, I'm kind of like a little side channel because I'm in AC and I just like to go on a side channel, especially when I'm recording something. I kind of got inspired by similar opposites. Like I remember throughout the summertime, I heard the TV show. I decided to watch it myself. It pretty much there's this situation where they're shrinking people down and put them on the wall, and there's a person called the Duke, which pretty much represents a dictator. At the end of the day, he gets the most power. And spoiler alerts, they end up killing the Duke. No, sorry, spoiler alert, the Duke managed to escape. However, though, Soul managed to alter the lie to get the power. So it does show that there is power in a dictatorship, but it does show though that dictatorship cannot always be good, but it cannot always be bad either. That's why I decided to say dictatorship makes sense in this society.
Levels all run by a cruel dictator, the Duke. But the
levels all run by a cruel dictator, the Duke. But the
levels all run by a cruel dictator, the Duke. But the
it also do tell fair. Unlike the wall where everything was perfectly unfair, in this situation it would be fair. So just a little side shit in instead of go on. But yeah. Now the owner would have the most social political power because he's the one that owned the place. Now the power would be, I would say, fairly balanced, sort of. I say that because the owner does, have to approve all the rules, but the citizens still have a right to say what rules they want. If they just say, hey, no kissing your wife at 3 a.m. on a Sunday, for example, I don't know why that popped up in my head, but it did, then they can go up to the legislative branch, they will agree on the rule, or they'll look at it and give it to me, and the owner works. Okay, so here are the laws. No discrimination. Discrimination on the way, gender, only trading only. This is the second one where you're only trading. There is no such thing of money, so no one can be higher, no one can be lower. Number 3 is no unfair trading, so I can't just trade a yacht for like a piece of paper. Like, that's unfair trading. 3, no killing. Killing people is bad for obvious reasons. And 4th, no going against or altering the rules. If we make a law that all the states agree on, I don't want someone to go up and try to change the law. We can ruin the whole entire point of the law in the first place. And no one should be trying to coerce someone into changing the law or making it. Because every couple of days we'll have a new law that someone will want the citizens, so that's the power they hold. We don't want someone coercing someone else to pick a different law. So someone's going to pick, everyone should watch My Little Pony once a month. Someone coerces someone to say, everyone should not watch My Little Pony once a month, and then it got banned. Like, no, that's another rule I added. And I think those are pretty well-made examples. The communication system. The communication system are pretty simple, but remember I said that everyone should have an equal society, so there should be no rich and no poor. Well, it's going to be more in fruition when you think about it this way, that technically everyone will have a phone so that everyone can communicate, and everyone will have a TV for the owner or the person that made the society to have a public broadcast about any laws. Now also when the laws will be read. Because remember I said the citizens are able to put in any law they want, so technically they're able to put in the laws and the dictator will read them out loud, and then you'll be like, yes, I got my law picked, and stuff like that. So that's how communication will work. That's how they will receive important information. Now people will communicate with one another about the phones. It's not going to be like an iPhone 17. It's going to be like just like a basic telephone because they don't need all of that. Because they need to be fair, right? iPhone 17 will be banned. And I think this is how everyone will be a fair group. Now, they're in the system for safety. To ensure safety of my society, I will have police officers, firemen, and healthcare. Because, you know, some TB can catch on fire, unfortunately. I don't know if that actually happened in real life, but I feel like it would eventually one day. Police officers will, of course, stop the fighting and the killing before it actually escalates. And the healthcare provider will happen for the aftermath. So let's just say there is someone that bruised up. They can hopefully nurse them back to health. And because all this, money involved, it will be either training or voluntarily work. Because there is no system of money, so you can either train like a Pop-Tart or something like that. So I don't even know why I decided to put this in the script, but okay, we can train like a Pop-Tart or something like that. And the healthcare providers will be happy. Yeah, I didn't make a blooper of this. I mean, this is just like a total just freestyle take while I'm reading my notes, but yeah. Now, what system will hit a large-scale disaster or cruises? I said this, but if there's an earthquake, every home will have a bunker, so they'll just go inside the bunker. I think that makes sense. Or if they don't have a bunker or something, they can just go inside where I am and just go inside the bunker to be safe. But hopefully it doesn't happen, but it does. But it should prevent tsunamis, should be preventing earthquakes. Thunderstorms, I don't really know, but I feel like it's pretty rare for a thunderstorm to happen. If it does, just probably the bunker will be fine too. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Well, that's all I have to say. I am kind of curious. I do want to add the bloopers, so this is going to be the blooper take, so it's going to be pretty funny. You're going to hear me rant or just hear someone talk or just kind of mess up the voice recording. So that's going to be fun. Bloopers away! Okay, so laws and rules are a lot. I wasn't going to... Now, who holds the most power would be the owner. It would make sense because he's the one that technically owned the place, so it would make sense for him to have the most amount of power. I actually got a fun fact too, a little side tangent, but I actually got inspired by this TV show called Solar Opposites. I don't know if you heard about it. It is ranked TVMA, but pretty much Corvo strikes people down, and then we get the Duke, pretty much, which kind of represents the dictatorship. But I kind of decided to take the idea and spread it.